Hi, this is my first devlog about how to write Xevious in Unity, and I've started off by tackling the scrolling background. So what I have here is an Xevious background, which is, let's see if I can show you this, basically one strip of the full map. So this is the start at the bottom and you scroll all the way up the top. Now the thing is with Xevious is you have a kind of starting pattern sort of area of trees where the ship is going to start in before you actually get into any kind of map segment. So this is what that looks like. It's just a blob of green trees. Now I need to put those two together. So as we can see here in the main view, the little white rectangle here, that's the camera view. So obviously we want to move this thing through the camera view. Around here, that's the big long strip, and that's the start background there. So they're all centered around 0. And what I've done is I've got this background manager script here. Get rid of those ugly usings. And it's got the background container, and it's got a couple of sprites. Now I'm just starting this, so I'm doing this a little bit ham-fistedly at the moment. So I've just got 2 fields here, one for the main scrolling background, one for the starting background. And then the container is the thing I'm actually going to scroll. So the first thing we do is we set up our starting positions. And the way we do, or the way I'm doing that, is I get the bottom right and the top left of the camera viewports. That's that white rectangle. And I'm doing that because the viewport is going to be from 0 to 1. So it's always going to be correct for the scale of the screen that you're using. And what that allows me to do is it allows me to get the height of the viewport in terms of the real world. And I do that by using this move to bottom of camera function. And what this is going to do is for every sprite render you've got, so remember we've got the start one and we've got the long kind of main game one. We pass in what we know to be the half the height from the camera. And then we're simply going to loop over this, doing this calculation based on the height of the sprite and its current offset. So as we go through the sprites, we start building up an offset of positions. That sounds probably more complicated than it is. So if I come back and show you what's happening, it's probably going to be the easiest thing. So note here that the start sprite is this block here and the background is here, and that's where the camera is. So let's just press run and just pause it a second. So if we look at the start is now moved to the bottom of the camera position, and the background is now positioned, because of the offset, it's positioned above the start. So it's now seamlessly kind of gel together. Then all I'm doing then is taking this background transform and I'll be scrolling it. So if we carry on running, you can see that position is moving, and therefore you have the illusion that everything is scrolling through the camera. So the camera is remaining still and the background is scrolling down it. So this is my first attempt at doing this, so I'll see how effective it is and start putting some other more interesting sprites on the background.